Right, this week I think we're going to spend the whole week on getting this turned into a kitchen. We ordered everything from Ikea, as you could have seen in a few videos back. We designed the kitchen on the computer at Ikea and then had an Ikea consultant going over our design and fine-tuning it and making it better, improving it. And we ordered all the stuff at the same time and picked it up at the same day. But this is going to take a little bit more time. I'm going to have to assemble it. And it's not just assembling the kitchen, it's also finishing off this back wall. We were going to have tongue and groove planks in the back, and behind the burners we're going to have tiles, so I'm going to be tiling, doing a little bit of carpentry. I'm not sure whether we are going to do that this week, but we'll have to move a big double door fridge up from the little house to here. Gonna need some help from our neighbors, I guess. But anyway, it's changing the mindset now. I'm not designing and doing my own things anymore. I'm now just following the guidelines and instructions of Ikea. I'm gonna be a bit of a robot. Yeah, stop any creative process that might be going on in my head and just do as I'm told by Mr. Ikea. That's just the only way. Not easy, but anyway, let's get started. I know these are all methods, and that's the name of the cupboards, the basis of our kitchen. And I need to assemble them first and put them in position. And when they are in position, I know exactly where the countertop is going to be, with the cooking range is going to be. Because the cooking range, where that is going to be, determines where my tiling needs to be and determines where my hood needs to be. And that's important because I want to work on this wall without the kitchen being here. So my plan is to assemble the cupboards first, put the cupboards in their place, draw out on the back where the back wall everything needs to be, and then remove the cupboards, work on the back wall, reinstall the cupboards, and then finish the kitchen. If you've seen my channel, followed my channel longer, then you know that I won't tell you how to do things, right? There's plenty of YouTube channels who tell you how to do things or how you should do things, but I don't do that. I'll show you how I do things, and then you can decide what you want to do. I've learned a few things about assembling Ikea furniture. Can I have a look? Come a bit closer, Nadia, please. What works for me, I'm going to tell you, right? First of all, you lay everything exactly in the same direction as it is shown on the paper. Like, for example, I'm not sure whether you can see it, but these are sides of a cupboard and they have a groove on one side of them. Now, in the drawing, assembly drawing, they are facing each other with the groove on the middle. And this is what works for me, is to do it exactly as you see on the picture, so that you don't have to turn things around in your mind. And then next thing is the tools one tool that you need. What I need is a screw machine, but you set it to slip. This is setting 3 on this Makita one, because you've got to screw in these screws, and with a screwdriver it goes very slow, and with this drill it goes very fast. But you don't want to overscrew it because it's only particle board and you will ruin it. So I've set it to slip, and you can hear it slipping when it's tight. Won't go any further. That is a very good one to protect you from damaging the particle board. Then another thing I've learned is all these little bits, put them in cups, preferably larger cups than these, because as they said in the past, you're always a screw short with Ikea assembly, or you're missing part. It's just not true. I've done a lot of Ikea assembly. Everything is there. Really, everything is there. In fact, more often there's more parts, more screws, more dowels, more fittings than that you're short of them. So I just put everything together. So I can't lose it. I have my tools ready and just follow the drawings exactly and lay everything, position everything so as it is in the picture. These units stand on these legs, and these legs, they're not secured to the cupboard. And we will have to move the cupboard in position and remove it again and move it in position, and they tend to fall off. So I'm just gluing these legs on the bases. That's the only modification so far I have done. What they say doesn't make sense. It just does not make sense.
How's that possible? It's Ikea.
Yeah.
It's made so that anyone can do it.
Yeah, but what the manual says is you gotta put this one here and then put it like that, and then
And then what?
well, this will fall, huh? Wouldn't it?
What just happened? Marius?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. Tell me what happened. I figured it out, didn't I? Marius?
Yeah. I'm starting to get enough of Ikea now.
Well, luckily, you're almost finished building it.
Well, almost, not even half, Nadia. So, the tongue and groove wooden planks have had their 2 ground coats now, and tomorrow we'll get their final coat, the top coat. And this part here, which I filled in yesterday with cube board that I had laying around, is going to be tiled. And this is flush with the wood, because we want to have the tiles overlapping the wood a little bit, like that. They look a bit artisanal, they look handmade, they're not. But I have done my calculations yesterday, and that shows that I can have 5 tiles horizontal and then a bunch down, I think 7 or 8. We're going this height because the hood will sit here, and parts of it will stick out from underneath the hood, and that will all be tiled. The hood will be sitting on the tiles. What's really important now is that everything is going to be straight. And I have marked for myself the center line. This is the center line of the space, the cube board. Yeah. So I want to have all the tiles sitting neatly on that center line. How am I going to do that? Make sure that they stay on the center line. Well, you know, I could draw a nice square out, but you're not going to see much of that square once I have my glue sitting on here. So therefore I use a laser. And the good people at Cigman sent me a laser. And this is a new one. This is the CM505. Laser level on a tripod. I'm going to use that for the first time. Again, with all gadgets I receive, I have the understanding with the promoters that I can honestly say what I want about them, how I feel, and no one is paying me to do this. I receive the product for free, but if I don't like them, I'll tell you honestly. That is some sort of a mount and a USB-C charging cable. This must be the laser. I love chargeable lasers instead of replacing the batteries. Yeah, chargeable with the USB-C. Turn it on, and what do we got? We got 360 horizontal laser, and we got a vertical line as well. Yeah, that's exactly what we need, huh? And this also flickers to indicate that it's not horizontal, not set right. Let's set this up, because this is going to be super handy. I just follow the laser line, I'll set it out exactly where I want my tiles to be, and then I'll leave it on. Okay, everything is tight. Now let's set it up. Right, so I know exactly where I want to have my first tile, and I will just draw a line here on one side of the tile. I'll set the laser level to fall right on that line, and then I know that all right hand sides of the tiles should be sitting on that line. That's going to be my reference. So this is Q board, it's a brand. They are basically foam boards with a finish of cement. They're basically made for this kind of work. We've done quite a few floors in our house with those as well. This kind of jobs are exciting because you don't know how long those tiles are going to be here, and who are going to see them, and maybe even talking about them, who knows. And you know, and it's my work, because this is always how I talk and think about the people who've built this house, you know. When I broke open walls to position windows and doors, I was always thinking, you know, who has built this wall, and what did he think of, and how was his day, and what tools did he have, and was he cold or warm? What kind of clothes was he wearing? I mean, it could be 200 years ago. It's bizarre, you know. Would he ever have guessed that someone from another country would have bought his house in an age where, mate, he didn't even have a phone? It's, yeah, it's just so much history here. So I just liberally apply this, and then we strike a pattern in it, and then we can put on some tiles, eh? 4 o'clock. In exactly 8 hours, it's a new year. Just getting this job done in 2024, and then it's party time. But you know what? The last 10 New Years I've spent in bed, I think. Not much of staying up late. First tile. Is that straight? That looks straight to me. I'll just put these plastic spacers in there. Okay, it's number 2. Cool, so that was a pretty good use of the Cigman CM505 laser level with tripod. Yeah, what can I say, you know? I mean, it's just super simple to use, super fast, it's light. I can just plug it in now with the USB and charge it, which is a good little kit, I guess. And I know that that my tiles are straight. Yeah, good little device to have, you know. I mean, belongs to your toolkit right next to the bubble gauge. So the little bracket that came with the laser level is a magnetic bracket that can clamp on anything, and then you secure the screw and it will sit on, you know, anything steel. That's pretty good. I liked it. I'm pretty happy with my new Cigman laser level. I've had a few from them, and they've never disappointed me. If you want to have one, see the link below or the link in the description to their website. Thank you, Cigman.
Hey, Sweets, you didn't film anything.
No, I needed to get it done, you know.
Well, it looks great.
Yeah, I will turn a little lighter when it's dry, the grout, and then to scrub the tiles a bit more. And we need to build a kind of cove. Yeah, so now on to the painting, the last coat, finishing coat of paint, and then that can dry, and then tomorrow power plugs, and putting the kitchen in place and starting working on the plumbing. Tomorrow is going to be a big day.
Marius,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Because this is not a perfect 90-degree angle, just gotta organize it so that the kitchen block is as much close to the walls as possible, because otherwise I got a worktop that is not meeting with the wall, and that would require an extra filling back wall. We might have to do that, but trying to get everything as close to the wall as possible. Yeah, I got the hole for the sink, but the instructions are not really clear. As to the sizing and the fit of the sink. So I went with my own idea, but it's rather too small than too large. So, because yeah, if you cut a hole too large, you have a problem.
Always had a way to make it work and find another route.
Oh. Alright, I think that's the last board. I need to put 2 more screws in, and then we got this part done. We need to redo the countertop because I screwed up the countertop. I cut it according to wrong angle because I was assuming that this was a straight line lined up with the cupboards, but it's not. This is a line lined up with the back wall. More overhang here than there. Anyway, drama. We had to race back to Clermont-Ferrand to the Ikea yesterday to buy a new countertop because, you know, once you go wrong cutting a countertop, that's it. This week it's a different video because I didn't film too much of me working, and that was because I was assembling this kitchen. Nadia was doing other stuff, and this kitchen was really challenging for me. It is a system that works perfectly, but it works perfectly in normal conditions and not in these conditions where you have a not 90-degree wall, but you do have a 90-degree kitchen. Remember, this cubicle here, the carousel, is a 90-degree built carousel. I could not change any of the corners in this kitchen. That was determined. The only changes I have made or have to make are the countertops that are a little bit adjusted to fit everywhere. Yeah, we are under a lot of time pressure because in 2 weeks time this house got to be ready for our home sitters to come before we fly off. So we are under a lot of pressure and we are both quite fatigued, and filming didn't got to do what we really wanted to do, but hopefully next week's video will be better. Anyway, I would like to thank you very much for watching, for liking, for subscribing. Massive thank you to the people below here who have supported us with a coffee. Yeah, I don't have words for that. I find it so incredibly generous, people doing that. If you would like to support us and show your appreciation by buying us a cup of coffee, see the link here or the link in the description. And then next week we are turning the little house where I have lived for more than 2 years. We're turning that in the master bedroom with a real bed and no kitchen because we're moving the kitchen to here. And yeah, we're just gonna dress up, and we bought a whole lot of home stuff like an iron board and that sort of stuff yesterday at Ikea. We're really going to turn it into a home. Thank you very much. See you next week. Bye now.